Boracay at yan po'y sa pangunguna ng DENR. At kani-kanina lamang sa breaking news mula sa Palasyo ng Malacanang sa pamamagitan ng aming reporter na si Rajuman Deo de Guzman, isinailalim na nga po sa state of calamity ang Boracay. Alamin natin, after that, ano ang plano ngayon ng DENR? Maibibigay na ba yung mga pangangailangan ng mga residente? Tandaan ho natin na ilan sa mga residente po ay dumulog sa Korte Suprema at kini-question ang pagsasaraho ng Boracay. Mga kasama, press briefing ng DENR mula sa Boracay.
Assistance, even, God forbid, boreal assistance, whatever. We have our social workers at the operation center who are actually, dito alam nyo, we have the operation center where these families, residents or even non-residents can come. And AX is only one amongst the many services that we have. We still have regular program like supplementary feeding for the children, for the residents. Okay, a continued program for social pensioners, sa mga older persons. We have an ongoing sustainable livelihood program. We have Pantawid program, it's ongoing, and I'm glad that with the declaration of the state of calamity, parang force majeure na yun, hindi na sila mahirapan. They can work on and still continue to receive the actual money that they should be receiving, even without complying for the attendance. So ang daming programa ng DSWD. Now we can have the Cash for Work program. We can have the Food for Work program. In fact, if there would be some kind of demolition later on, we all know that we have agreed na lahat of course should have the relocation site at saka kung kailangan talaga i-cash for work, food for work natin yan. So fund is not an issue. I have the support of my secretary, and as of now and even before last week we already have requested for fund.
One more question? Yes. Mike? Huwag ba ito? Ito. Dito. Okay, siya muna and then one for me.
Some houses, Aljun Torreta from Action Radio Iloilo, some houses are subjected for the demolition. What will happen to the families situated on those houses?
Okay. This is an ongoing discussion between myself and Secretary Simatu. We understand that there are residents who are occupying wetlands, and Secretary Simatu agreed na we will not evict, we will not enforce the eviction notice until we find a suitable relocation site for them. And this morning, Secretary Simatu already identified a potential place for the residents.
Assured
so
that
we trust
they will not be
with that
evicted
resolution, the residents will be assured that they will not be evicted from where they live right now until we are able to provide for a suitable place where they can resettle.
So, follow-up question. Until the moment that the house is really okay for them to transfer on it, they are still allowed at this point of time to stay.
Yes, they are allowed to stay there, and a suitable place has already been identified. Secretary Simatu and myself this morning agreed na we will also bring in the National Housing Authority to build infrastructure so that they will be part of
the residents are also concerned because they are in a wetland and they are concerned about their own safety.
Do you have a number on it lang? Like for those who are affected and how much budget will be allocated for the housing projects?
Right now, ang nakita ko mga 180, no? Ang estimate on the housing project right now, hindi pa namin na-establish yung exact amount, but I'm sure with the participation of NHA, I think that will broaden, that will expand the resources available to address that issue.
Hi, Karipo from Rappler. I just want to ask, Hello. Hi, Kari po from Rappler. I just want to ask kung given that meron na pong pwede na pong mag-access ng calamity funds, paano po siya paghahatian ng mga agencies?
On the part of DSWD, we have a project proposal already. And that will be the same, that will hold true for all other agencies. We prepared our project proposal to cover our cash for work. And I guess other agencies are also doing the same. And that will follow already. In the interagency council meeting this morning, we already lined up all our projects, and we are just going to finalize the exact amounts for each project. But they are already available.
Just as of yesterday, all the departments who are part of the interagency committee has already submitted their proposed budget, which will be taken from the calendar.
Pero na po ba tayong ballpark figure kung tigma magkano po kada isang agency?
That's it. We'll tell you later, but it's different amounts. Hindi naman siya parang. Final
being sir of Radyo Pilipinas and final sir. This just come up sir sa opening ng klase by June. Ano ang epekto nito sir sa ang closure ng Boracay sa mga estudyante?
No, the residents and the students may it's a normal. Remember, the residents will not be affected. In fact, we're helping them, sir.
Meron lang concern yung iba na mawawalan ng trabaho dahil magbabayad sila ng tuition. No? So the option that we are considering right now is perhaps those who are attending private schools will ask DepEd to accommodate them. No? In case they are not able to pay for the tuition fee of their children, DepEd should be able to absorb them, accommodate them in our public school system.
DepEd, sir? May coordinate?
Opo. Kasama ang DepEd sa aming interagency. So they're aware of the problem. And yesterday, that was an issue that was raised by one of the members or leaders of the community organizations that we spoke to.
Quickly, just important notes. DOE has mentioned this morning that they will be providing 140 e-trikes. And the suggestion, and Secretary Anyo agrees, is to create a tourism and transport cooperative that will receive the 140 e-trikes from DOE. Secondly, DOTR has also announced, and they asked us to announce, they have identified 3,000 colorum vehicles, which they also intend to remove from the island, and they are going to ask the interagency task force to the governor's barge to remove all these vehicles from the island, and this will really decongest the island of Boracay. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you very... according to USEC Team Orbos, their vans, their all sorts of vehicles that should not be in the island. And the motorized trikes will also be phased out. It will be all e-trikes, environmentally friendly e-trikes. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you. Ay, sir?
Actually, pag nagkaroon na tayo ng road widening, we will encourage the primary means of transportation will be walking. 7 kilometers.
They suggested that during the cabinet meeting, cluster meeting last Friday, and the DTI has already agreed to has set aside 300 million for purposes of the small business loan, where they can have access to it interest-free for 2 years. Yan ang banggit ni Secretary Lopez. Interest-free for 2 years, 3 years or 4 years to pay yata. So principal lang halos ang babayaran, which they can access to once the calamity fund is made available, and They can use it for purposes of restructuring their loans with loan sharks. Yun po ang being
But if I may add something to that, no, that will be available only for enterprises that were compliant. They will not be available to those who violated the regulations.
Okay, thank you very much.
Mga mamamahayag ay ang DSWD Region 6 Director Rebecca Guillamala, DSWD Officer in Charge Emmanuel Leco. Ilan sa mga napag-usapan, ano ang mangyayari sa mga residente? Residente, mga talagang nakatira, mga locals kung tawagin. Ano po? Sabi ho ng DENR ay walang magiging problema. Instead, sila itutulungan ng ating pamahalaan. Sila ang pinaka punto ng gobyernong tulungan. Hindi lang po yung ating environment, kundi yung mga residente doon. Sa katunayan ay kasama sa pinag-uusapan yung housing project para sa kanila. Number 2, ito ang pinaka-problema, trabaho. Maraming mawawala ng trabaho, yung mga umaasa ho sa mga hotels, sa mga resorts at inn. At bukod ho doon, yung mga drivers na mga bangkas at drivers ho na mga sasakyang panlupa, tricycle, ano pa ba, pedicab, meron dyan sa Boracay, at lahat po yan ay i-phase out, tatanggalin, papalitan ng mga environment-friendly na sasakyan. At syempre, ang punto rin ho ng gobyerno, maibigay yan sa mga locals para ho sila po ang unang gumamit at sila po yung makinabang. At kasunod ho niyan ay yung calamity fund na ipahihiram sa mga residente dyan sa tulong po ng DSWD. Ang pagsasaayos po ng kalsada, palalawakin ho yan. Bakit? Merong maayos na sistema. Yung kalsada ho para sa mga four wheels at meron pong itatayong bike lane. Ano sabi kanina, yung pagpapalawak ng kalsada, ilalagay na ho natin dyan yung kapag turista kasi, mas prefer niyan yung pagbibisikleta or paglalakad, di ba? So kasama na ho doon sa pagpapalawak ng kalsada ay yung isang lane na laan para po sa mga magbibisikleta. Ang punto rito, number 1, ang polusyon sa hangin, polusyon sa dagat, matulungan na umahon ang isla ho ng Boracay at matulungang umahon po yung ating mga kababayan dyan na umaasa ho sa resorts, inn at ilang pagkakabuhayan dyan po sa isla ng Boracay. First day ng pagsasara ho ng isla ngayong araw na ito. At ipinakita ho ng ating mga opisyales na talagang totally ay wala pong pinapayagang mga outsiders sa Boracay. Hindi na ho kayong umasa. Pero abangan natin kung ano po ang epekto at abangan din ho natin kung ano po ang gagawin. Ikagaganda, hindi ho ito para lang sa mga residente, kundi ito po'y para sa ating bansa, para po sa ating lahat. Number 1 na pinupuntahan po ng mga turista ay ang Boracay. Hindi lamang ho dito ginawa yan. Sa Thailand, ginawa yan para po umahon din, gumanda, maibalik yung ganda ng kalikasan sa ilang beaches or isla ho doon. At tayo po ay nakaantabay naman sa ating mga himpilan ng radyo, partikular na nakatutok dyan sa Kalibo, para ho maibigay naman sa atin kumusta yung mga residente ho dyan sa Boracay. Kayo ba naisip nyo ito, di ba? Wala hong nakaisip nito at na mangyayari rin ho ito. Ako sang-ayon ho tayo dyan para naman ho mapagbigyan ho natin na maayos din. Talagang napaka-polluted, napaka-dami na ng mga residente, sabi nga nila, ang term nila parang binaboy na, ano po, yung Boracay. Biruin mo, more than 100 establishments yung wala pong ECC, Environmental Compliance Certificate, at wala pong mga permits, nag-ooperate. Diba? Hindi lang ho yun, halos lahat pala ng mga sabi kanina, ha? Lahat ng mga bangka at yung mga tricycle, kolorom. At dapat daw ay tanggalin at palitan po ng mga environment friendly na sasakyan, tricycle at na mga bangka. At swerte sana po ay ipadala naman ng ating Department of Tourism yung mga turista sa iba't ibang parte ho ng ating bansa para makilala rin hindi lamang po Boracay ang Pilipinas at ang Pilipinas hindi lamang po ibig sabihin Boracay. Mga kasama, mas marami ho tayong balita sa aming pagbabalik at antabay ho kayo para naman sa magiging pahayag pa rin ng ating Pangulo bago siya lumipad patungo po sa Singapore. Abangan ho mamaya yan. At mas marami pa ho tayong mga balita. Oras ho muna natin, 4:52 ng hapon.
That portion was brought to you by Bygone. It's good to be